let's just go into it, get out the way because it's not going to be relevant like a week from now.
Yep,
Um,
you're right about that. Final Fantasy right around the corner.
yeah.
A whole bunch of
So
other shit. But you got a 10 out of 10 on GameSpot, it would seem.
on GameSpot, yeah,
Yep.
IGN gave that shit a 8, and the thing that they complained about was so minuscule. GameSpot praised. They have a separate video praising the side content, and it's like you guys should do all the side content because it's very relevant and it matters to what the game is going to be. And then IGN gave it minus points because they're like too much side content that is kind of, I don't know, they didn't like it. And so and IGN also gave Resident Evil 3 a 9.
IGN's all fucked up though, man.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers. Their reviews is like I don't know, man. Like they reviewing some shit, and like they'll give some things like a super high score, and it's like like I swear they got paid for that Resident Evil 3 fucking review, man. There's no way that shit's a 9 out of 10. Resident Evil 3. Well, since I'm money, might as well transition. Resident Evil 3, man, it's a good game. It's a very fun game. I had a lot of fun with it. It was challenging. But it was definitely short, man. And I'm hearing rumors just real quick about Resident Evil 8 coming out. And that's what I was saying before. I think I said that in another podcast where that's why I think they're releasing Resident Evil 3 so early, is because Resident Evil 8 is right down the pipeline. That's probably gonna be coming for 2021. You definitely don't want to release those around the same time.
Hmm.
So I think that's where they're at with it. But T, you picked up the game yourself, right? And pretty much returned that shit back immediately.
Yeah, I didn't even spend a single minute in the game. Like I purchased it the night before, and then the following night, that's when the reviews came. No, I think I see the reviews the day before, and then I saw GameSpot's review the day after, and then I saw commenters, people commentating, and I was like, okay, is something wrong with this game? And then I started seeing like the time to beat the game. It's like 4 to 5 hours. I was like, really?
Yeah, 5 6 hours, you're good. You're done.
I was like, I'm paying $60, and it's and not only that, they're saying it doesn't have the same kind of replayability that the second one had,
hmm
and so it makes it even less worth the purchase. So I might as well just wait till that game is like on a Steam sale or something like that for hella cheap because it's not worth. And they said that the segments with Nemesis isn't as good as Mr. X. They said Mr. X was completely random to show up out of nowhere, and Nemesis he did that at the beginning, but near halfway to the end of the game, they said all his um, the times that you run into him are already determined, like they're already set when you'll encounter him.
Yeah.
So
Well, here's the thing, man. In RE3's remake defense, the original was a pretty short game too.
mhm.
So I mean, yeah, it's a short game, but so is the original. And yeah, Nemesis does kind of pop out at like while trying to remain spoiler free. He does kind of pop out at set sequences, but he still chases you around. So you still have that Nemesis like vibe. But man, the game is look if you played the original, you're a Resident Evil fan, it's definitely worth the pickup. Although, however, in my opinion, I definitely feel like wasted resources were put into the Resident Evil Resistance bullshit, which nobody fucking asked for. Like nobody asked for that shit. I really don't understand why they made that decision. I wonder because I've been kind of looking at videos and I've seen some rumors about Resident Evil 8 and they're kind of taking it in a different direction. So I wonder if the Resident Evil Resistance is kind of like a kind of put your toes in the water or kind of see exactly you know how people feel about it in the direction that they're going. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to see what they do going forward in Resident Evil 8. But yeah, Resident Evil 3, man, I wasn't disappointed. I I paid the $60. I feel like I got my money's worth in the sense of just the nostalgia factor, and I like Resident Evil. But if you're not a Resident Evil fan, it's like for UT, like you play random Resident Evils out of the series, like you'll pop up and play one. Definitely not worth the 60. Wait for the price drop. Come back to it, man. It's worth the playthrough. It's a fun ass game. It's really fun, but it's definitely if you're not a hardcore RE fan, definitely worth waiting. You're not missing a whole bunch.
Yes. I don't know. I returned that shit on the dot.
Well, what made you want to return it? Was the reviews that you read, or what made you return it?
Just basically the main thing was the length of it, and then I started seeing people complaining about the. Some people were complaining about the shooting mechanics, but wouldn't the shooting mechanics be the same as Resident Evil 2? So
Like what part of the shooting mechanics?
I don't know. I haven't played either. So
Mm.
some people were complaining about the shooting mechanics are not that good. I think the
This is the same
uh,
as RE2. So if you like RE2, you'll like RE3s.
yeah.
Although enemies they're a lot spongier. Like you run into a lot of enemies. Like some of the fucking enemies, dude, you're putting in like fucking 2 clips worth in the motherfucker. If you're not like shooting the weak spots or yeah, there's some of the enemies, man, are really, really fucking spongy. And in the Resident Evil game, it feels kind of weird when you're fucking shooting the motherfucker with a shotgun fucking 8 times. Shit just feels stupid.
Yeah,
But
even in RE four, like if you have the shotgun, you're putting in work. Like it's not. I mean, the game was the enemies took more bullets, but they'll go down with the shotgun.
right.
So, uh, yeah, and yeah, so I just didn't want to bother, so I just returned it. Got my return pretty quickly. Um,
You buy it through Steam?
yeah,
Yeah.
so um, on the other hand, is Final Fantasy VII, is that a PlayStation exclusive or is it coming
Yep.
out on Steam? Okay.
Absolutely. No. Definitely PS4 exclusive.
So I hear that's gonna be like 100 gigabyte download.
Oh, shit.
So when does that come out
Man.
actually?
The 10th, I think.
Okay,
Yep.
pretty soon.
10th.
Okay. My school started again, so I got assignments down.
Hey man,
But
fuck them assignments.
I'm near the end. I gotta finish it. But off of that, well, what would you give Resident Evil 3 a final score out of 10? What would you
I,
give it?
I strongly agree with GameSpot's review, man. I think 6 out of 10 if you're fresh coming into it. If you're an RE fan, you bump it up to maybe a 6.5 or 7 because the game is still fun, man. And those Nemesis is incredibly fun to like battle against and have him chase you because like you'll try to run, he'll fucking shoot his tentacle or drag you back. Like you'll be running away from him and then he'll fucking jump like it's crazy. He'll jump from like the other side of the fucking where he was to like right in front of you. So it's kind of jarring when you fight him, man. But because you have that, and then you have the dodge mechanic that they put in RE3.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, man. It makes it a lot of fun, and then the weapons and everything. So yeah, I give it like I'd say about 6.57, just because of length, weird enemies, weird pacing, uh, not many puzzles either, and just kind of weird. You know how games just kind of like have enemies kind of like pop up and do shit,
Mm-hmm.
bullshit moments. Like there's a couple of those. So yeah, it doesn't
And
create the same atmosphere as RE2. RE2's atmosphere was just fucking terrorizing, man.
yeah.
Like that shit was real. Like that sewers part, yeah, fuck that shit.
Oh.
I only got a couple of those in me.
um, yeah, I saw that review and I noticed like there was a lot of dislikes on it. But I mean, I feel like those dislikes came before people actually really dived into the game,
Hmm.
um,
It's good.
which
It's
is
not a bad
unfortunate.
game.
It's unfortunate because if you want reviewers to be completely honest, hey, it seems like GameSpot was being pretty honest with guys. If you want them to be play patty cakes with you, then that's what IGN was doing by giving it a 9.
Hmm.
And
That game's definitely not a 9.
Excuse me.
and that game, IGN gave that a 9, and they gave Final Fantasy VII an 8.
Yeah,
So that seemed weird to me. Uh,
right.
and you said GameSpot had a review on Final Fantasy VII.
Yep,
I
yep.
haven't seen that
GameSpot.
yet.
Yeah, GameSpot has theirs. And then the dude that I always listen to, shout outs to Skill Up. He puts out good content, man. But yeah, his review was good too. So Skill Up's in GameSpot, pretty spot on. Yeah, IGN is weird, man. They I
I
don't know
like a
what
lot
the
of their
fuck.
content, to be honest. Like they like other content. They do like movie stuff and trailers and whatever. And I like them for the amount of content that they do. But sometimes these reviews be like kind of weird. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of stepped away from reading all the reviews and just playing the games myself.
Right.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot
Al-
of really
Always the
good
best way
YouTube
to do it.
channels out there that will go in depth on the review and really tell you what it's like to play the game, or their reaction to it.